They say the proof is in the pudding. And come to think of it, I don't actually know what that means, but I do love me some pudding. That's good. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Digital Orthodontist. I'm Dr. Kyle Fagala, and yesterday we were talking pudding and we're talking proof, and I want to be honest, I want to prove to you that this was actually not pudding. We were out of snack packs, unfortunately. This was Stonyfield Organic Yo Baby, apple flavored whole milk yogurt, and it was very gross. I don't know how my son George eats this crap. But anyway, no pudding, so we did that. But I want to talk about that phrase, the proof is in the pudding. And the pudding that we as orthodontists are trying to prove to our patients would be that we are a great option for straightening their smiles. Okay, so that's our pudding, okay? Straightening smiles. We want to prove that to people. And one of the best ways to do that, I would argue, would be before and after photos. Traditionally, in an orthodontic office, you might see those kind of like JCPenney, like glamour shots of patients with kind of this soft focus and the big hair and all that kind of stuff. And some of the offices out there, they may still have those photos hanging around their office, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I think that with the technology that we have available today and maybe photographic standards that are modern, contemporary, I think there are better ways to do that. And so yes, you could have a professional photographer come by and take those photos and print them off and hang them around the office. There could be a section of your office that's look at these happy patients, and maybe you switch those out, and that actually can look really, really good. You could also do that yourself if you're really good with photography, or if you're just a hobbyist. I would argue, though, that maybe a better way to do this is to do it digitally. You can use Snapfish or Shutterfly and create some books, hand those out to dental referrals, or leave them in waiting rooms, or you can use them on your website and on social media. And so what I want to do is show you how we do before and after photos for social media. It's a very easy process, and quite frankly, it's something that you all need to be doing. So we're going to head to the phone, and I'm going to show you how to do that right now. Okay, so we're going to go to our phone, and I have a photography folder with a few apps that I use. I've got tons of extra ones too, but the main ones that I use stay in the front part of the folder. And for today's purposes, we're just going to jump straight to an Instagram app that's called Layout. And so if you want to go to the App Store and buy that, it's called Layout. And so what you'll see here is when we open that, I've already got 3 photos set up for us. This is of Markeisha, and so we're going to select these 3 photos in that order, and we're going to be able to see some different options that we have for arranging those photos. The one that we want is actually the first one that it put up there, is right there. And so you start to see, yeah, that kind of looks like what a before and after should look like. We're going to kind of grab that there and then move it to where now it looks pretty good. And then we're going to arrange her a little bit better in the frame. This photo, what I like is this is on portrait mode, and what it does is it kind of fades out the background. It gives it that like soft focus bokeh thing, and then it means that the teeth are really not the focus of things. The teeth are more sort of like the footnote, whereas the headline is, doesn't Markeisha look great? And so that's what I'm kind of shooting for, and actually make the teeth just a little bit smaller. You could go in and you could kind of move these around just a little bit, which I'm trying to do. There you go, kind of on the same plane. And it's a nice before and after. So what I also like to do is I like to go in and add the borders, which adds these little white lines in between, and then I'll show you what I do next with that. So we'll hit save. It saves it in high res, which is nice. And then what I like to do is I go back into Afterlight, and you could either have edited each individual photo, but the photos look pretty good, so I didn't do that. Or you could edit it as a group, and so you could add brightness and contrast and things like that. But what I actually like to do is, if you look across the bottom, you click on this and you can add a border. And there's a lot of steps I'm kind of jumping through, but there's the far left there's a border, and then this second option here, it allows you to add a border to the outside. I like to match what was already added, and so to me it looks like that would be probably a 3, okay? And then I'm going to hit the check mark, and I'm going to hit done, and I'm going to save, okay? So then after that, what I would do, I know it's a lot of steps to throw it at you, but I would do I watermark. And so I would watermark that image. We've shown you this before on an episode, but you're going to select your photo. You're going to go to that one that we just edited together with the background. You're going to select, actually you're going to select your watermark of choice. and that's a pretty good spot for it actually. And so I'm going to go ahead and export that, and then I've got what I want. So that's it. So from there you would take that photo and you would upload it to Facebook, and it would look like that. Okay, so I really like that. The couple things I want to quickly point out is the focus is on Markeisha. It's not on the teeth, and it's just kind of a nice balance. And so people see the teeth, they see what you're kind of showing them, but they also see her and they see her smile, and hopefully they'll say, well, I want that. Okay, so hopefully you get to see how easy it is to do before and after images. I did want to leave you with a couple tips to keep in mind. Like I said a couple times in the video walkthrough, is that the focus needs to be on the person themselves. The average person does not want to see a composite 8 with all the details of all the photos and a cephalometric tracing. What they want to see is they want to see a beautiful person, and then they do understand kind of the frontal views of the teeth, and they can clearly see there's a before and after, and that resonates with them. And because of that, these posts really engage, they do great on Facebook, especially if it's someone that people know and they're excited for them. And then especially the holy grail of Facebook is when someone takes that post and shares it onto their page, and it does extremely well. One thing you need to know is that unfortunately Facebook will not let you promote these posts. They won't let you boost them or advertise with them. And it's kind of a silly reason, because every time I open up Facebook, they're like removing blackheads or like weird stuff, and I don't know why we can't get away with teeth photos, but they don't want us to do before and after photos in a general sense, or close-ups of human body parts, which the teeth happen to be. And so you cannot boost them, but I promise you they'll do very well. The way that we have had the most success is by doing a hashtag Transformation Tuesday or something along those lines, telling a quick blurb about the patient and then posting it out there, and they do really well. I usually post it to my own personal page as well. You can also use them on your website in the before and after section. Again, let's try and break away from this idea that we have to have the standard composite 8 to show the work that we've done. If you have any other questions about before and after photos, or any ideas, or maybe you do them differently than me and don't like the way that I do them, I'd love to discuss it on our Facebook page, The Digital Orthodontist on Facebook. So from all of us here at The Digital Orthodontist, I'm Dr. Kyle Fagala, signing off.